You have a wonderful smile. Okay. Forgot to turn off the dinger thing for my phone.
Upstairs, so I'm hoping my laptop doesn't ding. Oh, we're live.
We are
Hello.
live. So we are going to. Okay, I wanted to show you. We're going to be doing collage today, right? So, I've got some really fun things that I'm going to use to collage, and I left it till the last minute. I didn't even think about it until very last minute, embarrassingly.
I started thinking about it while I was outside in the garden, and I was like, oh yeah, this is our theme. And initially, when we planned this episode out, I had a very, very different idea of what I was going to do, but I was out pulling weeds and came up with something completely not what I had originally planned. So I'm right there with you. I'm sure I'll be getting up, finding stuff. And
excellent.
What do you have?
So I brought out some old sketchbooks because I wanted to display. So this is my sketchbook. So I did a lot of writing, and this is the front of it, but it's from 98 and 99. So the sketchbooks before this I don't really have around anymore, but I was just a kid, and what was it like? Oh, how old was I in 98? I don't even know.
I feel like junior high. That would have been junior high for you, no?
Yeah. Let me do some quick. I only got 4 hours of sleep, I think, last night. So this whole math thing is not. No. Oh, jeez, it's ridiculous. But so I was big into drawing, anatomy like crazy. So just eyes. So.
That's so fun for seeing progress. I can't believe you found a sketchbook from 98.
So I think I was 14. Is that right?
My mom's been giving me boatloads of stuff. Every time I go over, she's like, here's 5 more boxes of your crap. Please get it out of my house.
So I was I would draw the same things over and over and over again.
What did you mostly draw with in there? Pencil?
Yeah. So everything in here is pencil.
I wish I would have looked for old sketchbooks.
So that's fun. So I have been obsessed with anatomy and people, drawing anatomy and people. Oh, there's an egg drawing. So when I tell my students that I have been drawing eggs a million times every year since I was young, that's it right there.
The Wayback Machine. Oh, I love that. The sketchbooks that I brought are much more recent. When you said sketchbooks, I did not think of stepping into a time machine.
Oh, yeah. So this is another one. It's Medusa.
Oh, that's so fun.
But
wait, I thought I saw
this is 99.
99.
Yeah, and again, it's just full of people. I think this might be this. Maybe it's not. I had a sketchbook where parts of it is. So I'd go into my mom's magazines and draw every single person that I could find in them.
That reminds me of. Can I see that again?
And then there's an angel.
Back when?
Yeah.
Yeah, that totally reminds me of my stepmom had tons of China dolls in a cabinet, and every year, New Year's Eve, I would get to take one out and I would draw it. I've got 2 or 3 of them.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah, very similar drawings.
Yeah, and then I have tons of notes on drawing perspective and I don't know, just weird
Love that.
This one I ended up turning into a painting. So it's cool to see studies. I went to the Met and I saw a bunch of studies by like super famous artists like Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, and then there was this one by Ong of the woman in that blue dress, brown hair. It's very like triangular composition, and it was the preliminary sketch for it. So he did a drawing of it first, and it's just like, it's a big piece of paper, but the drawing itself is just so little.
I love that. That one of the sketchbooks that one of the only ones I could find is when I was living in France for the year.
Yes.
There was a huge show on at Musée d'Orsay. It was Degas et Le Nu, and it was all like, it progressed through his entire life. From like, lots of them were his nude studies for all of his war paintings, but like it followed right through as to like when he started losing his vision and started working over sculpture and like all of his dancers. And it was really, really cool. But tons of them were sketches of nudes, and like, it's so funny that this is the one I have flagged. I flagged this because I thought it would be one of the only pages I could show on YouTube because all of the lady bits are covered. But it really exemplifies what you were saying, because it was a sketch of a nude.
Yeah.
Next to it, because he would sketch everybody nude and then put clothes on to make sure the anatomy was correct. Cool. So like you could see his thought process.
Yes, I love that.
And that's what I love about when you see artists' works and you get to see their sketches. Like often I get more excited about those than I do about the finished works, because it's insight into how they work.
Yes. Yeah, so we're going to do collage, but I had to do tons of collages for university. Like, everything was a freaking collage. Oh, there's like things falling out. So like, it's string and tissue paper all layered together. So just these little like compositions of, these are like shiny, I don't know, it's just weird bits of fabric and all that kind of stuff. So that's kind of what I was thinking, like when we were talking about having this collage thing. And then there goes the sketchbook to the floor. Let's just have them join it. So it's just so weird. We should probably start though. Mm-hmm. Okay, are you ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, I am. Hi, I'm Daphne, and this is the Emma and Daphne Show.
And I am the Emma part of the Emma Show. Thanks for joining us.
We're professional artists and art instructors and art coaches, art mentors, art lovers, and art history nerds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Full-time art funners.
Yes. Exactly. So we've got our sketchbooks. We've been doing every week a little bit of something in our sketchbook. And last week we had extra paint left over from our project. So I don't know, I've got this like mess.
This is mine left over. And actually it kept, obviously, acrylic paint curls.
Yeah.
I just let it dry with clips on the side, so it's nice and flat for me.
Where it's not for me. No, it will be when I lay it down. I'm getting close to the end of my sketchbook.
Oh, are you? Yeah. But you were using that sketchbook before we started.
Yes. Yeah. So this has notes in it from, conferences and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember if I even showed you this. At the start of my sketchbook, I had ripped out a couple of signatures. Like, this used to be all glued together. And I want to say there's about 3 signatures missing, because I was like, this isn't relevant to the Emma and Daphne Show. Out it goes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're still somewhere around. Like, I have them intact, but not in here. I like to be particular about my sketchbooks. They're usually dedicated to, like, a thing.
Yeah. But that would be wise. Mine, I just, like, have them by year, but I often have 2 because I misplace one, then I need another one, and so then I usually have 2 going. So right now I do have 2 going, both of which are coming to an end, so maybe potentially I will just start one.
Nah, don't. If you do two, do two. And then if you ever have something that needs to dry in one, you could always work on the other one.
Yes. I like to
And
have
then
one
you just
reliable one that
focus
goes
in
chronologically.
one. You're going to need two through the course of a year anyways, because obviously you fill two a year, just not consecutively.
That's right. Yes, I do have a lot of sketchbooks, which is fantastic. And everybody needs, I think that everybody should have a sketchbook, like whether you're a scientist, a mathematician, a teacher, dental hygienist, anything, dog walker, you should have a sketchbook and fill it with whatever it is that brings you joy, ideas, drawings. And it's a great way to study and love up the world that you live in.
You're going to say it's a great way to stay in shape.
Well, mentally, I think it is.
Yeah, I agree to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. Contain myself. So I'm going to get started cutting.
Okay, so what are you cutting up though? Because we are going to, let me put up the reference image here. So we have got this, just hold on a second. I got to reach for it. Our painting, our reference photo, is from the Met, and it is a bouquet of flowers in a crystal vase by Virendale, who's a Flemish painter, and this painting was done in 1662. So what our project today is that Emma and I are going to use some sort of collaging material and then like recreate or do a collage inspired by this painting. We're going to say inspired by because it's not going to look anything like it. But we're going to try.
Say loosely inspired by.
Loosely inspired by. So what kind of materials did you find to collage?
So I decided what I was doing before I knew what our reference image was going to be. Like I said, I was picking weeds and I was like, what the heck am I going to do? Daphne and I had talked about the idea of doing like an art renovation. And instead of like renovating homes, renovating and like changing and kind of gutting and recreating a painting from art history. And so initially when we were talking, we were thinking about this whole like texture board, mood board, like when you redo a whole room, you kind of pull everything together. And then as I'm out in the garden, I'm thinking, I remember we painted those extra papers like with our leftover paint from last week. Do I want to glue on that or do I want to rip that up and like that's going to be part of the collage? And then I just started thinking of my materials, and I used to make hollow book boxes. Again, when I was living away, a box out of a hollow book, like you cut out all of the pages and put a varnish on it. They're so fun. I keep my passport in one. I wonder if I have one down here.
Oh my goodness.
I know where one is. If it's not down here, I don't know why I didn't think to bring it. Anyways, I found an old copy of Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte in a used bookstore in Paris and turned it into a book box. So now I have the guts of the book.
Oh,
so I'm using that.
Yeah.
And then I was looking for my gold foil everywhere, but couldn't find my actual gold foil. So there's this like, I don't know, like ribbon version stuff. Yeah. Which you can kind of use like it. And then I have a couple other things here, but I don't want to show them in case I don't use them.
Okay.
How about you?
But if you do use them, tell me what they are. Stop me from what I'm doing and tell me what they are, because you always fascinate me. So for myself, I thought like I was gonna go like into the recycle bin, and I started going through there, and then I'm like, wait a second. I was just like going through my kids' rooms. We were organizing them this weekend, and I have coloring books full of colors and weird stickers and odds and ends, and I know how you love like recycling stuff, so like ripped but yucky like stuff that I would just like chuck into the recycle bin. I thought I would try to reuse. So
that makes me so happy.
Yeah, I thought it might.
So we both have like similar pages. That'll be so fun.
Yeah, so, and like, how could I not use some of these like Peppa Pig colors?
I saw, okay, so my stepson is slightly past Peppa Pig when I came into the picture. And I saw a picture or a meme recently, and you know how like Peppa Pig, when you look, she's got like her two eyes on this side, and she looks and she's got her two eyes on this side, and then it was an artist had drawn Peppa Pig from the front, and it's got its little pig nose, and then 4 eyeballs, 2 on either side of its nose. And yeah, every single time I see a Peppa Pig, that image pops into my head.
Yeah, I have no idea. It's kind of weird. My kids never were into Peppa Pig, but like my daughter was into like these crazy
No thank you, Coco.
Monster High. I thought you were telling me no thank you, and I'm like, I know, this is horrible.
Oh no, that's so fun.
Yeah, so anyways, we're going to be cutting up some Monster High to make some Flemish paintings out of.
If that doesn't say Art Reno, I don't know what. I just have to say, I got really excited when I saw my front page of my book because all of the chapters were illuminated. Look at how beautiful that is.
Oh, that's going to look so good. Yes.
And so I started flipping through looking for more of these. And do you want to know what they all look like?
What?
This. Or this. I've already done it. And so now I don't know.
You're your own worst enemy on this one.
I don't have any. They're all gone.
Oh,
except for this one.
Oh, no.
Way to go, Emma.
Well, you just gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I better start gluing.
Okay, I'm gonna start finding big shapes. I wish I would have had the same thought as you did about pulling, which way is that gonna go? This way. About pulling my book down, because you're right, collage is totally a like work on a flat surface kind of medium.
If you want to, just go for it. It's our show, damn it. You could do whatever you like.
I'm not dealing with moving my camera around.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. Heaven forbid you get a glimpse of my messy basement behind me.
Yeah, I'm just going to try and put it down.
What's your plan of attack?
Well, I feel like I need to deal with this. I already have the Monster High book out, and it's full of this black shenanigans everywhere. So I might as well use it. All these, like, dead Barbie doll things. Zombie Barbies or whatever they are. I don't know. They creep me out. They always have.
The Monster High things creep you out?
Yep. They're creepy. So I'm kind of obliterating the whole painted background. But that's, I think that's...
You're working on it or you're cutting it up?
I'm just sticking stuff right to it. So I'm going to end up covering it up. But that's one of the things about art. Like, sometimes good stuff has to be sacrificed for the greater good in a composition. Like, if it's not working, because I can't really have all of this pink up at the top. I guess I could leave some of it for some of these flowers.
My finger is killing me. I'm trying to do this whole thing without using my pointer.
Oh no.
I slammed it in the drawer moments before our call.
Right before the show. She goes and wrecks herself.
Do you ever do found word poetry? It's impossible for me to cut up books pages without thinking of found word poetry.
I don't know. Maybe.
I love it. It's one of my favorite. One of the other sketchbooks I have here. I think it was my friend Kathy, who has her master's in art therapy and often gives me wonderful ideas. And well, I hope I give her wonderful ideas too. But one of my favorite ones she introduced me to was this idea of a used book journal. So I have one here. Journal. And the idea is you just use an old book essentially as a sketchbook. So sometimes I'll work on the pages. Hang on, let me find one. And just kind of work right directly over the text, like this guy.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But then often, there's got to be an example somewhere in here. I'll fall in love with the words on the page, and so I'll just experiment with found word poetry or erasure poetry and block out some of the stuff.
Block out things, yeah.
Yeah, I love doing it. But yeah, this is this book I got from the Reuse Center forever ago, and it's just a compilation of like short stories and poetry, and that's one of my favorite used book journals. But even just cutting these up, I'm having a hard time not looking for poems.
I'm just trying to find pages where it's not going to say like Dracula and weird stuff. I don't know. This might hurt the eyes.
What are you thinking?
I just love like finding different things, like textures and pieces, and then figuring out how to place them. So often I get like kind of detached from the words because I just see the shapes that they take up.
Yeah.
One of the weird things about my brain, and that I had to like teach it to not be so OCD about it, is that when reading a book, my brain tries to memorize everything that it sees and where it sees it. So I'm really great at book club because when somebody says, oh, so-and-so said this at this time, I can actually tell, like, I can feel where it is in the book, like how, like it has to be a physical book. So like how far into the book was it, and where on the page it said it, like which side and where on the page.
Oh, cool.
And so I remember the like shapes of the paragraphs as to what they look like and then what was said within them.
Mm-hmm.
But more so in like a concept than like word for word.
Yeah.
Although I'm great at, well, I used to be until these phones kind of took over. Was pretty good at memorizing phone numbers, license plates.
Oh, I used to be the bomb at memorizing phone numbers, and now I think I know mine and my partner's and my mom's landline. And that's that.
Yeah, like our phones took that over for us. Because we have it programmed in to say like certain things, right? So you don't see the number anymore. Maybe I should leave it and use it as like a brain game.
That's when I was living away, that's what I did. Because often my phone, I had a really crappy phone, and it would often die. So if ever I needed to call someone, I needed to know the number. So I refused. Every single time I had to call anyone, I refused to like go into my call log or my recent calls or contacts.
Oh, how's it going? Oh, you've got flowers going, and I've got the background, and then I left the negative space here for that.
Is that what your flowers are going to be?
Yeah. So that's the flower at the bottom. So we'll see how it goes.
I think I'm gonna, one of my materials that I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna use this or not. It's old dried out tea bags.
Oh.
Oh, they smell good.
Oh, that's cool.
But I wasn't sure how transparent it would be, like if I want to layer it.
Yeah.
I think I will use them. But I don't know. Do I want to leave them by themselves? Do I want to layer? What do I want to do here?
I got no idea. I got nothing for you. Useless on that. So how are you liking the long days? Now it's summertime. Happy summertime.
I honestly am too tired today to appreciate them. I just want to go to bed. But I'm loving it.
Yeah.
The only thing that I don't love is that I'll often think that it's not as late as it is. So like I'll go outside and not understand why there are so many mosquitoes because they have no place for me. But no, I absolutely love the sunshine. I wish our days were longer year round.
Yeah.
Have you been taking advantage of it?
Yeah, I've been going for late walks as well. So I went out for a walk and I thought it was like 8 o'clock, but it was really 10 o'clock at night.
And yes! I
like,
keep on, fooling
darn.
myself. I just want to show you. I really like this layering.
Oh, please.
Oh my goodness, this
Honestly.
board. I have to get rid of. It keeps fooling me. Let's see here.
Oh, yeah.
I love the layer. So I'm gonna
Okay, so that's the tea bag
kind of
over top of
them
the
a bit.
text. Sorry, what was that? I was talking over you.
I want to kind of offset them a bit. So like see how the text is still left here, but because I really, really like how, I don't know, it just interacts. I'm going to play around a lot with that. What is it that you had said?
I was just talking over you. I really like it.
Thanks.
And yeah, I was looking at something too about like fonts and texts where it was overlapped, like having that similar type of overlapping happen, and I really like it.
Yeah. I like the little imperfect kind of character. Have you been back? I know you said a while ago that you found a really beautiful tree to read under. Have you been back?
Yes. I haven't so much. I've been really busy. I have a graffiti project coming up.
Yeah.
So we've been organizing that, and then so if you're in Stony Plain in July 2020 in the pedestrian tunnel, check out my social media. I'll be posting about the exact dates for that there at the end of July, and I'm going to be graffitiing with my friend AJ Ludin, and we're going to be instructing a graffiti workshop as well at the skateboard park and CN tunnel on August 19th, so that's going to be really fun.
I thought those were at the same time. They're two separate?
No, yeah, we're doing like this facilitating type thing, so we're just basically doing some freestyle graffitiing, whatever we want type of thing into the CN tunnel. So it's a pedestrian tunnel that runs underneath the railroad tracks, and we have 4 afternoons. AJ Ludin's going to be there for 2 of them, the first one and the last one, and then I'm going to be there for all 4. And basically, if you want to come down and bring your own spray cans or whatever else, like we're going to just basically create art together and chat about art, and so we're just trying to encourage a little bit more of a positive, respectful graffiti culture in Stony Plain, because not many people know that it is legal to graffiti in that area, and that they have that as an outlet and a resource to create like a what is it called? Like an evolving mural type
Yeah.
of.
What are those called? Free walls?
I think so. Yeah.
There's a word for them.
Yeah. So it's yeah, it's great. And then, but at the same time, with that responsibility given to the community, you also have to stick up for the area as well. So if you see something really negative going on, like it's your responsibility to go and turn it into something beautiful.
Yeah.
Right?
I love
So
that.
if you have something that's really negative and offensive, like grab your spray cans and go create something beautiful over top. So,
Okay. I
yes.
have more sketchbooks piled up here, and I feel like that ties in not the negative part, like not kind of reworking that, but the idea of it being like an open, ongoing artwork for community to come back and continue to add to.
Yeah.
Have I talked about my drink and draw sketchbooks at all?
Yes, a little bit, but I love them. I've seen a few bits of them, and I really like them.
They're, yeah, one of my favorite things. So,
Didn't
drink
you
and draws.
post something on social media as well about them? Like,
Sorry?
have you posted something on social media about them? Like, is there a little video of you flipping through them or something? Maybe, maybe not.
I think I might have done a live workshop where I talked about one of them maybe once. I don't think it's permanently there, but that sounds familiar. I might have flipped through them.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I really don't know.
Okay.
So yeah, my drink and draws back before COVID. We used to meet once a month and do these in-person workshops. And at the start of every single one, I would have collaborative sketchbooks so that as people are trickling in or settling in or grabbing a bite to eat or something to drink or whatever, the idea is you sit down and you just start creating right away and kind of don't worry about what you're making and just start connecting with whoever else has come, because often people will come in twos, but half the time people are there on their own as well. So I have these little sketchbooks and all the covers are different because the first one everybody got to make the cover. And every week we have different like prompts or warm-up activities or materials, and you can just kind of add to whatever. You can always start a new page or go back and add on to what somebody else has done before.
Yeah.
And I just, I love seeing how many different people will add to the same one and how differently they are from one page to the next. Like, there's probably 3 different people at least that worked on that.
Oh, that's lovely.
I love it. Yeah. And they're all, you can see, sometimes they don't get used, like if it's not a completely sold out event, but every single one is different. So even though you have the same prompts or the same materials or whatever, people engage with them differently.
That is so cool.
They make me really happy. I really love them. But yeah, I love creating opportunities for people to connect and collaborate. And even if you're not with somebody anymore, like even if it's something on the wall or in the sketchbook from last week or last month or last year, the idea that you can come and work with that person, but like together apart, I think is super cool.
It is cool. I really love that. There is the New York Sketchbook Project. What is it? The Sketchbook Library?
Yeah, the Brooklyn Sketchbook Library.
The Brooklyn Sketchbook Library. So I do have a piece in there.
Yeah?
Yes, I do. And I love that idea. And I love seeing, you can see them online. So you can go and look up, visit it online instead of having to go. I don't think it would be open at this point anyways. But I just think that is fantastic and cool.
Yeah, I love that.
And what else? Some of them are like pop-up books. Some of them are done by different like designers and illustrators, and just they're incredible. And I'm so glad that there's people out in the world that have decided to participate in that kind of thing.
or like make that a thing. Like,
Yes.
be able to facilitate that and connect so many different people from all over the world.
Yes.
I love that.
I feel like I need more black. Where is
What's going on in your sketchbook right now?
Okay, so I'm trying to find. Maybe there's. Would Spider-Man have black stuff? Oh, yes, it does. Spider-Man stickers. Oh, look at that. Just the edge of the Spider-Man stickers. So not even the actual stickers, but the like throwaway stuff that it comes on.
Oh, that's
like the
perfect.
color. Okay, so you'll like this, I think. So this is 2 Peppa Pigs that are cut up and flipped upside down. I don't know. Can you see them?
Yeah.
And then there's a whale, and then there's, because they're the similar colors to the flowers that are happening. So.
And like shape too. Oh my goodness, you're so cheeky. And even the bottom with the little tentacles, totally, or the floppy bits of the iris.
I know. How can you not? See, that's where my brain goes.
I love it.
Oh, good.
I'm realizing initially my plan was to draw on top of this. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw on top.
Oh, dear.
And we're back.
And we're back. And wasn't that a little bit scary? Sorry.
Yeah. No, you're okay. I was like, did mine die? What happened?
No, my power went out. So I don't know what kind of craziness is going on in my neighborhood, but
like actual like home power?
Yeah, the whole house went out.
Weird.
Yes, so that means my internet went down, and yes. So sorry everybody, but we had a little bit of a blackout here in Stony Plain.
It'll be interesting to watch back how that works, because there's a little bit of a lag between us and with live anyways.
Well, so hopefully if it's long, if there was a big outage there, then we'll edit that out.
Should be easy. And then we can edit all of this out.
Or leave it in, depending on how it looks. We'll see. But anyways, I was just trying to collage.
All I want to do is glue stuff and talk to my friends.
I know. Yeah, it was weird. Like, it was a bit, I don't know. I don't think it was a surge exactly, but like the lights flickered and turned off, and I was starting to freak out a little bit.
I'm just wondering,
What? What did you find?
You know how when we first say hello, I'm always cleaning up my supplies from last week?
Yes.
Lucky me, I just found a supply from like 3 weeks ago that I didn't put away, and it's going to come real handy right now.
What is it?
Remember when I was using the, what's it called? Gel gloss medium or Mod Podge with the soft pastels? When you're doing portraiture, that.
Okay.
I just don't think I'm going to be able to draw on top of my tea bags.
Oh.
Without doing something to them.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm doing something to them.
Oh, what are you doing?
I'm just covering them with a little varnish.
Oh.
I wonder if it'll change the finish of the acrylic paint that's already down.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can work with it as a drawing material as well here. Double duty.
Cool. I'm trying to pull apart this. Ah, there we go. Sticker.
I thought that your plan before I saw your sticker flowers was to make your flowers using the negative space from your leftover paint from last week.
I kind of am, and I'm kind of not. So some of them I am, and some of them I'm not.
In true the Emma and Daphne Show style.
Yes, because if I have an octopus that looks like a flower, I'm going to use it. But obviously, it's a given. Okay. Yes.
I
don't
love
know what I'm doing there.
These little brushes. I got them for doing my school programs because packing up, I had a really hard time finding cases that I liked for brushes with long handles.
Yeah.
And I found these. They come in little like 6-packs from IKEA. And the handles are nice and fat. Like, do I have a shorter one here? Handles are nice and fat, which are amazing for the little. And they're short. Like, they're so easy to pack up and go. Like, we were just camping, I was telling you, yesterday and the day before.
Mm-hmm.
And I always include these with, like, my little mini core watercolor travel piece.
Yeah.
So you just bring them anywhere, and they're nice enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's happening there.
Cool. This funny little duck is going to go as a flower there. Oh, no, he's got to go up higher. Because I need a butterfly. Ooh, 2 ducks can make a butterfly.
What I was going to ask you before our connection was so rudely interrupted by the power outage. How dare it?
Oh, awful.
Like, in keeping with our idea of like renovating or renewing, is there any kind of little nuggets or practices that you do in your regular life to kind of breathe new life into stuff?
I like to repeatedly draw the same thing in as many different ways as I possibly can in order to learn the most out of it. So if I'm doing, and I also do that when I'm looking at different styles of things as well, if that makes sense. So if I'm going to draw a rose, I'm going to draw it like super realistic. I'm going to draw it cartoonish. I'm going to draw it like in a bunch of different ways. And that often helps me in understanding different compositions, different ways to make it work, and yeah, I don't know. It's just, is that kind of what you were looking for, or?
It's very open-ended and vague. That's absolutely one way you could interpret and answer that question.
Good.
Yeah. I like to play around with putting stuff in different spots. Whether it's in like my sketchbook or drawings or like real life, like physically moving stuff around and seeing how to act with other stuff, either on your page or in your room.
Yeah.
Like something super not permanent and fairly easy, but has a really big impact, I think.
It does. I feel like I should probably do that more in my life, and I'm starting to.
Well, if you need help doing that, a really, really great way to start is to buy more plants, because then you'll constantly have to rearrange stuff.
Not even buy more plants, but rescue plants.
Yes, rescuing also works.
Rescuing plants, I think, is a great way to go.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I need something really red. Oh, jeez, these lips. This is my flower right here.
Let's see.
Oh, hold on, I'll show you. Okay, do you see that flower? don't know. It's kind of central, but it's really pink, and it's got like there's two flowers in the middle. One's white, and then one's really pink.
The peony?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use this.
Oh,
lip.
that's perfect.
Yes, my daughter drew those, so I'm gonna put those.
Yeah, that's
there.
really perfect.
And it's the perfect size for it. Super outrageous. Okay, so.
Did you tell your kids you're cutting up their coloring books?
No.
Oh, that's so playful.
Yeah, this is which one? This one right here is a fox that's all snapped right up. You can't even tell anymore. But
it, or it came snapped. You snapped it.
I cut it all up into like strips, and so there's like an eyeball and a nose and
I love that.
Weird things. I'm gonna have to like write a note on the back to remind myself what the heck this is all about, so that when I go back to it and I'm like 90 years old, I'll be like, oh yeah.
When Emma made me revisit the trauma of collage experience.
Okay. Yeah. So the trauma of collage through university was that I wasn't allowed to paint at some points. They took away my paint and told me to just create collages out of paper because they didn't want me doing figurative work in portraits. So they thought they'd like break me or something.
Or everyone?
Well, I think I was the only one doing figurative portraits and stuff like that in the regular classes. Yeah. Everybody was doing this like abstract stuff or strange still lives, lots of odd landscape things that were beautiful and everything, but I just, yeah, they didn't like me doing that. So I ended up still doing self-portraits, but with cutout paper until they finally just let me do it.
Quick cramp in your style.
Okay, so this here, can you see it?
Yeah. A little snail?
It's a butterfly, and it's made out of two rubber duckies and a snail.
How cute.
And it sits on top of that flower. Yeah.
I don't have that flower in mind just yet. It's kind of blocking out.
That flower is like my favorite in this. I have seen this painting in real life, so that's why I picked it, because I like it. And I don't know, it feels good to pick something that I know I've seen. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Oh, 1,000,000%. I'm pretty sure we've said several times, just doing the Emma and Daphne Show, and if not on the Emma and Daphne Show, definitely in conversations with one another, about how differently you view work in like person versus either on a screen or from a textbook or from a poster. It's a totally different ballgame.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
I can need to let that dry a little more.
Yeah, you have greater appreciation for it when you see it in person.
Yeah.
Or less. Have you ever had that happen where you go and you see it in person and you're like, oh, that's not as good as I thought it was going to be?
Not that I remember.
Not that you remember? Okay.
Not that I remember. Or like maybe it happened, but it didn't. Like, I think I tend to hold on to the positives more than the negatives. So I'm sure it's happened, but I'm hoping that in the same time that it happened, something else like surpassed my expectations. And that is what I chose to remember.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure it's happened. It's like the same thing as going to see your favorite band live. Like, you're either in love with them more or really disappointed.
Yes. I don't have too much concert experience. Well, I guess I have some, but it's not my favorite thing. It's too many people, too much energy in one spot. I like art galleries because you have to stay away from each other and you have to be quiet.
Especially now.
Yeah. Oh, I did go and see the Rembrandt show.
I saw, I'm just going to hold this up a little closer and starting to add some gold.
Oh, ooh.
I saw on your Instagram, though, that you went and checked out the Rembrandt. And you know what my first thought was? Or my first two, I should say.
What?
One, yay, Daphne went to see Rembrandt. Two, why didn't Daphne call me when she went to see Rembrandt?
I'm sorry. Yes. Well, Daphne hasn't been firing on all cylinders lately. And she had, Haley had texted me saying, hey, I got a ticket for Rembrandt at 11 a.m. for tomorrow.
It's timed entry, isn't it?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I had an extremely hard morning in general. And so it was like my gift to myself. Because I was waking up and I'm like, I got to do something for me. And so, and I haven't been sleeping properly because I've had like some crazy things going on in my life. So,
you don't have to explain. That's your art date for you.
Yeah.
I don't need to be an interloper. You do you, man.
No, but like, I'm explaining this story because I want other people to do the same thing.
Okay, so, I just don't want you to feel like you have to explain the story because you have to justify your actions to anyone but yourself.
No.
Okay.
This is supposed to be an inspirational story for
you.
Then
I'm all ears.
That, so I've been going through a really, really difficult time in my life. This month has been horrendous. And extreme stress and I had a bunch of things happen and I haven't been sleeping well. Okay, so one, I used to have like a terrible sleeping habits issues, and it took me years in order to figure them out, and so I had that down pat, and I really value my sleep. And so this has just like disrupted my life in many, many ways. And so dealing with a lot of different stressful things and conversations and situations, and then not being able to sleep, and my children aren't sleeping. And so I woke up in the morning. It was like, I think it was like 9 or 10 in the morning. And not even getting out of bed because I'm trying to like meditate before I get out of bed so that I can enter the day a little bit better. And things were not getting better, but I did get that text from Haley saying, hey, I'm going to be at the Rembrandt show tomorrow at 11, just a heads up. So it wasn't even like you should come, or it was a heads up, and I really appreciated it. And it reminded me that yes, I need to do something for myself that's just for me, that gives me something to look forward to. So that was the only like hug to myself that I gave myself in the morning that carried me through the rest of the day, knowing that I had a ticket to go and see the show. Yes, it's like a small show. No, it's not anything like going to the Met or something like, you know, those momentous things. But it was like a little nugget that I was going to see these paintings that I haven't seen before, these etchings that I hadn't seen before, and it really got me through that time. So I think that it's really important when you're struggling to book yourself something where you're going to go off on your own or meet up with a friend or something like that where you have something to look forward to.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So that's been getting me through. So
I'm so happy.
Mm-hmm. So how did you put the gold leaf on? Like, does it come off of the plastic?
Yeah, so these...
How does that process work?
Usually I do with glue sticks. So these sheets, it's like the opposite of what you think. I remember using these at like daycare a million years ago, and I think I used to like use them by like scraping, I don't know, or rubbing. I really don't know what I used to do. But if you take glue stick, I didn't use glue stick. I used the Mod Podge because it was still wet, so I thought I'd try. And then you put it so that like it's the gold side up. You just press and rub wherever you put the glue. And because these are like super old and cracky and they've been in a bag forever, often it's kind of sporadic where it shows up.
Okay.
But when you peel it off, the glue holds on.
Oh, cool.
Well,
yeah. That's fancy.
Yeah.
I like that. Do you know what that stuff is called, or do you just get it at the craft store, or?
This is a reuse center special.
Ooh.
I can't wait until the reuse center is open again. I've got like 15 boxes of crap. Well, it's not crap. It's stuff that I'm done with that somebody else can
for
reuse.
Somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, just like this was someone else's crap. And I was like, sweet. I remembered that from like elementary school daycare days.
Yeah.
But yeah, you never know what you're going to find. So I don't even know where you would find that. Maybe if you put in gold foil or searched gold foil, because it's some type of gold foil.
Yeah.
But it's not for embossing or anything.
That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's also good to use with kids.
The reason I used that is because I couldn't find my like gold flakes.
Yes.
Which I kind of like how random it is.
Yeah, it's really cool.
But yeah, for these ones I just put, because I had the Mod Podge down already.
Yeah.
As it was tacky, like it wasn't wet anymore, just before it dried, I just essentially treated it like it was the glue stick. And it worked. I wasn't sure if it would. That was an experiment.
Yes. Well, it's a good experiment. It did work.
How is it already almost 9 o'clock, Daphne?
I know. I was looking at that and I was like, I still need a few more things. Just hold on.
This is the one. No, this is not the one. That's going to be too thick. I was thinking if I grab a thick marker, it'll make me work faster, so I'll be done. But I don't think that's what I want. I think I want a fine tip one.
I am going to use Spider-Man stickers as petals for a flower. Just gonna say swip. That's what the Spider-Man sticker says.
Sorry, I'm focused on the iris. I love that we have the same irises in our garden.
Yes, I really love them. I inherited mine from my mother.
I inherited mine from my mother.
Yes, so that's super cool.
For anybody watching, both our mothers are still alive.
Oh, yes, sorry. We stole them from our mother's gardens.
Yes, that is maybe a better way to phrase that to avoid.
Yes.
Yeah, I really love them. I think this is the second time irises have popped up in our sketchbooks?
Probably. Like, I didn't even think about it. Well, I don't ever think about irises. They just exist in my world.
As they should, in everyone's. Speaking of flowers and existing in worlds, so last year I redid my front garden.
Yes.
And I completely repotted it. I'm at, I think it was a Home Depot, actually, not even a greenhouse, with my partner. Mm-hmm. And who's like not into flowers at all. He finds these beautiful hydrangeas and he's like, oh, like we need to put these in the garden. Yeah. And I was like, I didn't leave any room for them. Like, it's done. And he looks at me and with a completely serious face goes, who doesn't leave room for hydrangeas in a garden? Oh, excuse me. I didn't realize you were so invested. And I think that's one of my favorite garden comments. of all time.
Aw. He just knows you and loves you, that's why.
Aw, poor guy.
He's been sucked into the vortex of the gardener.
I think I like that. I wonder how will this go? Oh, Daphne, I'm feeling it.
See, now doesn't this kind of stuff, when you have some sort of limitations, it forces you to be more creative? Like you've got to try a little bit harder type of thing?
Yeah, and like flex your brain muscles a little differently. Like
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold this one up because you can't. There's no way you can see what I'm doing.
No.
I've been working on this iris, and I've just been going line, and then going in with white charcoal for some highlights.
Cool.
I might continue working on this one actually.
So I'm taking stickers, the outside rings of the stickers. So the stickers were already used. So then I just cut around the shapes and then added them in.
I love that. That's like totally what you were just talking about, how it forces you to be more creative.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Anyways, I'm enjoying this like a way more than I thought I was going to.
We should, because it is just about time to wrap up.
Yes.
We want to hop on Instagram live together tomorrow and finish these, because I want to keep working on mine. Or maybe not tomorrow. We can set another day.
Yes, I can probably squeeze in tomorrow afternoon or something. I'm booked for the morning, but yeah. Oh, I'm gonna bend it. Oh my goodness. See, this is what you need to do so that your brain works properly. See, I'll probably even have a better sleep tonight because of all of this.
Oh, I'm gonna have the best sleep. I hope you sleep better. I think a big part of why I didn't have a good sleep is because I was stubborn and convinced myself I could have coffee later than I could.
You do love your coffee.
I do. A lot. I think I need, for some of these spots, the charcoal doesn't really want to play well with my layers. I might need to bust out some white oil pastel instead. I think that would go on a little bit easier.
Yeah, something a little bit more solid. Rigid.
But I kind of, I don't know. See, I say that, and then down here, I'm like, I like the way it looks.
Contradict yourself?
I know. Super fun. Any last parting thoughts on art renos?
I think that it's just important to you. I think that it's really important to set some sort of limitation for yourself so that you come up with interesting ways of problem solving and that it really engages your brain. So it's kind of like tying one arm behind your back type of thing. It helps to make you see things in new ways, try things in new ways, and expose yourself to different solutions. So I think that just for your brain, like it's an incredible brain game for yourself, that can really, like, after you do something like this, one, you might need a nap, but then afterwards, your brain just starts to like see things in different ways, and often those weird life problems, whether it's like relationships, money, or whatever kind of problem you've got going on in life, you can start to see things in different ways just because you have a sketchbook practice or you've tried something new.
Yeah, you're better equipped to deal with it or more open-minded. I think it really lends itself well to empowering people to become more solution-focused rather than problem-focused.
Yes.
Because essentially that's almost what it is you're posing an art problem for yourself and you have to think outside of the box to overcome it.
Yeah.
And you pull from areas that you wouldn't normally expect to pull from. And then that's something you carry through to the other.
Yeah. Well, and when you're problem solving in art, you have like a more playful approach to it, right? Because you're having fun. So if you can take that same approach and then bring it to other areas of your life, then yeah, your whole everything will be better, every aspect.
Agreed.
That's why art is so wonderful. Such a goof.
Awesome. Well,
so, anyways, let's show our final bits here.
Well, not final,
but close.
Final stage for tonight.
Mine looks like some weird, I don't know.
It looks super playful. I think playful is the right word for it.
Yeah.
I just like tiny mine.
It's like very bold, almost like graffiti-ish. Yeah, yours is like super shiny.
Mm-hmm. I'm liking the shine. That'll be fun to play.
Totally different feel. It's cool. So,
all right. So until next time, we will maybe post on our social media once we can coordinate with one another to find a date and time that works for finishing these bad boys up.
Yes.
Alternatively, I guess we could just work on them separately and share them to the Emma and Daphne Show. Yeah. We'll do that later. Yeah.
Well, why don't we'll give you guys like a peek in the next episode. If you show up for the like 5 minutes early type of thing, we can give you a little peek as to how things ended up. But I definitely want to do one of those lives with you either tomorrow or the next day. So, all right. Good night, everybody.
Everyone, if you haven't already checked out our Patreon, you can head over to patreon.com/the Emma Daphne Show.
Mm-hmm. And all of our social media links are down below in the show notes, as well as the Patreon link. So,
perfect.
All right. Thanks for joining us. Bye.